there, my stamping friends. I'm Diane Evans with stampingwithdiane.com. I'm an independent Canadian Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the interior of British Columbia. So if this is your first time joining me on YouTube, make sure that you do subscribe. And also, if you hit that bell, you get notified immediately as soon as I go live or I upload a new video. So today what I want to do is I want to do a card that I did for my online class. I do a free online class every Tuesday night, and it doesn't get recorded anywhere. So this is what I thought I would actually go in and record for you. All my links will be down below. My measurements will be down below as well. But also the template, it'll give you a direct link to my blog where you can download this template as well. So today what we're doing is we're doing a braided card. Now this is something that we've done quite a bit of the time. I've done different variations of this braid fold card. I did one using designer series paper, but I want to show you how this was actually done. I'm using the Flowering Tulips and the Flowering Fields designer series paper. It's beautiful paper, but it's so much fun to play with. And I'm using colors I don't usually use, like pumpkin pie. I don't usually use that color at all. So what I have here is I have some Evening Evergreen. It's 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4. And like I say, I always have a list and the measurements out on my blog. I'm folding into the mountain. By folding into the mountain, what you're doing is you're making this a really even score line, or really even along the edge. So I'm just going to go in and come in with my bone folder, and we'll just get a nice crisp crease on there. I also have these other ones, and I'll give you these measurements now. This is 3 1/4 by 5 1/4, and then this piece here is 3 inches by 5 inches, and we want to make sure we've got that going the right way. For my inside piece, I have another 3 1/4 inch piece by 5 1/4, and then I've got this one strip here that's 1 inch by 5 inches, and it's going to go on the inside. I also have a pumpkin pie. This is cut from the layering circles, and then we're going to also stamp the sentiment and everything else. So I can do my stamping in a bit, but what I want to do is show you how I did this braided along here. Now, I can't even give the person credit who did this template. I got it off of Pinterest, quite honestly, so I don't know whose it is. But you can do your own template by using your grid sheet. But you can also just use this way. So this will make 4 cards. So all I'm going to do is I'm just cutting along here, and we're just going to cut right along this piece right here. Like I say, I'll have the template attached with my blog as well. Like I say, I'd love to give credit to whose it is, and I have no idea. There's a few other people that have done templates out there, so feel free to go ahead and use those templates as well. All right, so all I'm doing is I'm going to take this like this, and I'm lining it up, this line here against the fold right here. So let me just, and you know, I have these little clips, and I'm going to use these clips. You could use paper clips. You know what? I might be using paper clips because I can't see the other clips. So you know what? I'm going to go, and let's just use paper clips on here. And we want it, like I say, right along the crease line. And then I'm just going to come in with my paper snips, and we're going to cut down to this line. And see, you can see a dotted line. That means a fold. So I'll show you what we're going to do with that just as soon as I do this. This is very simple. The other day I had done one with designer series paper. It's a little bit easier to do the cutting with it. However, this is really not that difficult to do with the cardstock as well. So we're just going to go down, get these last 2 done. Say you can do your own template using your grid paper, but trust me, this is so much easier using a template. All right. Very important that you have good paper snips. The Stampin' Up ones are really good. So, all right. So I've just got that like that. This can be reused. But anyways, it's very easy to use. So all you're going to do is you're just going to come down on the inside of this, and we're just going to fold down, and we're just going to score. We're just going to fold exactly where those fold lines were, and we're just going to go down, and we're going to hit all of those. So we're going to need to score these, but we can do this afterwards as well. It looks like I didn't quite cut right through there, so let me just come back in with my snips. So that's something you want to make sure is that you have cut right into those. Okay. Like I say, we're just going to go like that. Pull that down. This. Pull down. And another one right here. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to come in with our foam folder. This is actually the outside part of the card. Now, what we're going to also do is I'm going to come in here and I'm just going to cut this piece off right here. Just like that. All right. So when you do this, we're going to take this piece here and we are going to glue this right up at the top. And I think I knocked my camera there. There we go. You know, I think we'll do a full screen down at the bottom and then you can see what's going on with this. All right, so I'm just going to come in here and I'm just going to take that, line that up like that. Whoops, let's bring that down. I got glue on myself. And then we're just going to tuck these pieces in just like this. And then let's go ahead. Whoops, didn't get that glued down enough. So let's just hold that for a second. So you want this braided piece to be on the outside. I think I told you to just do it on the inside, do it on the outside part. Just trim that piece off there. There we go. So we're going to come again with our foam folder. And there's the inside and there's the outside of the card. So what we can do now is let's go ahead and get the little tiny bit of stamping that's done on this particular card. There's not much. So I'm coming in with my paper piercing mat. And the reason being for that is this stamp set is a photopolymer stamp set. So I'm going to stamp my words on here. And I'm using the "You're so thoughtful, thank you." And I'm going to go in and I'm using Cajun Craze. Now, I know that's not one color that's in there. However, I wanted it to show up. So just like that. And then what I also wanted to do was, and I'm just going to put this down here so I can actually do this on there. I'm taking these two here and let's see, I should have had, let's do it on the back of this is what I'll do. On here. And I'm going to take these two stamps, like I say, this one and this one. I'm going to use my pumpkin pie. I could have used pale papaya with this as well, but all I'm going to do with my pumpkin pie is I'm going to stamp it off once. Geez, that's not very dark. Okay, I'm going to stamp that off once, put that right there. And then I'm going to take this one and see, we're just going to do full strength and stamp it that way. I don't use this color very much. There we go. And there. So we just have one that's like that. It's quite a bit darker than what I had done before, but that's okay. And then all I'm going to do is I have my layering circles. And this is the one that's just down a tiny bit from the scalloped one. And I'm going to come in with my mini cut and emboss. And let's just cut that piece, that circle out. I like to stamp first, then cut. I find I get it more even that way. It is a photopolymer stamp set, so it is easy to find your way around this particular one. Like, in other words, it's easy to line it up. So you could just cut your circle first and then do it. Let's just run that through. All right. Let me just take this piece off. A little bit darker than what I had originally done, but I'm okay with that. And then now what we can do is we can go ahead and start putting this card piece together. So for the inside, let's go ahead and just layer that piece of designer series paper. This I cut always when I do my designer series paper, I cut it into 4-inch strips. So this is 3-inch, and this is 3-inch, and this is 1-inch. And so it fits perfectly when you go to put strips down on the inside of your card if it's a 3-inch strip on the front. So I'm just going to go ahead and layer this on there, and that's just decorating the inside. You've got lots of room that you can go and write your sentiment, or write whatever you want to write on there. Let's bring that card back in, and we'll put that there. It's a very simple card. I don't have any of the metric measurements for this, but seriously, all it is you just take your 1/2 inch of your cardstock. When you cut here, you're just going to cut and give your layering in there as well. Okay, and then, like I say, this is 3 1/4 and 3 inches. So I'm going to layer this onto here because there's something I want to do with this piece as well. You want to make sure that you've got your tulips going the right way. Double check the inside. Yep, we got that okay. Now I'm going to come in with my linen thread, and I'm going to wrap this around. Let's see what I did. Yes, I'm going to wrap it around 2 times. Just like so. I'll cut that off. And I'm not worrying about really a bow. I'm just going to tie it in a knot. This linen thread tends to curl because it's wound fairly tightly on the spool. But that works great for what I want to do, because I want to actually layer this underneath. So then also I am taking my pale papaya open weave ribbon, and I'm going to tie a bow with that. And you know, seriously, it doesn't really matter on this bow how even it is or anything, because it's going to go underneath this part right here. So when I layer this onto here with a dimensional, just move this stuff out of the way. Oops. Just come with my take a pick tool. Let's layer that onto there. Now, I'm wanting this to go here, so I'm going to put this on with a glue dot, and I'm going to actually use a couple of glue dots on here. And use another one. And like I say, I'm then going to put this like this. And we're going to loop this around as well. And then when I go to put this on, I want it on like that. So I'm going to put a dimensional there and there. And the reason being for that is so that I can, I said one there and one there and there. And then I don't want these dimensionals to sit onto the ribbon or onto the twine. So just like that. And see, this is going to give me a bunch of other dimension on there as well. And then we're going to go ahead and put that right onto the front of our card. Just like so. Pretty simple card, just using designer series paper and some of the stamps. Very limited amount of stamps. Just really want to bring that over just a bit. Just like so. There we go. Then we want to embellish this. Now, originally what I was going to do was I was going to embellish with the genial gems. But what is in this suite are these brushed brass butterflies. Try saying that a few times. So I'm actually going to use these because this is in the Flowering Field suite. And then I'm just going to come in and put these on there. And I'm going to use the big ones. Well, maybe I could use one of the medium-sized ones. There we go. And there's our card. With this on the inside so that you've got whatever you want to put on there. So I hope you enjoyed that. It was fun to create. It was very simple to create. So then at that point, what you can do is you can change, you can do this, but with the braided thing, it just adds an awful lot. And there's a couple of other variations. Make sure you check out my other video that has the braided on there where I use the designer series paper and then line it up a little bit different with the inside of the card. So have a great day. I hope that you enjoy your this blog hop. It's for the Creativity Abounds. If you want to, I also have a tutorial and I sell my tutorials. And I hope that, you know, they're beautiful. They're 13 beautiful cards that from a very, very talented design team. So enjoy that. Have a great day. Bye for now.